That's domestic as
So what's up, YouTube? We are live, we are in the car, we are ready for some racing action, but we are stuck inside. That's right, we have the coronavirus outbreak, pandemic, epidemic, whatever you want to call it, affecting the ability to get out on a real track, in a real environment. But we have the next best thing. I'm sitting in my simulator rig. We are racing in the NASA Open event tonight. We're gonna try to give it a shot right now. This was an open practice session they ran all day. We are about 15th here. So I've been practicing. I've had the rig for about a year. Practice, play around on it, but obviously with the goal of getting out on track. But now that we can't get out on track, this is the goal. So stick along, enjoy. Hopefully we bring some live racing action. And it's a 60 car race, so should be fun. Let me take you over some of the specs a little deeper, and then we'll jump into the race. All right, so let's kind of go over the sim rig here. We'll start with the keyboard, Corsair keyboard, nothing special. Just I actually just swapped this out, and it is mechanical, so it is one of those loud keyboards. Corsair mouse, it's got the adjuster for the DPI on it, so you can change the speed of how fast the mouse moves. Very nice when you have your mouse on top of your computer. We have my dog right here, Ford, which you may have seen in some of the other videos. He'll be hanging out. This is a Dell PC. It's got an i7 processor. It's got a NVIDIA, I can't forget the graphic card, but it's got extra RAM in it. It's slightly built, but nothing too crazy. Not like a crazy gaming PC, but for iRacing, it does a really good job in running the graphics settings. So that's the PC. We have a, don't worry about the headset, I don't even know the brand that was given to me, but works pretty well. We have a Thrustmaster shifter here, pretty nice, connects to the PC through a converter cable here. Thrustmaster TX race wheel, which is, I think it's the 458 Challenge Special TX wheel. They make a bunch of different wheel hubs for it, so you can interchange what you want. But essentially that's what the wheel is. It has a lot of buttons on there, so you can map the buttons to different things within the game. Thrustmaster clutch pedal set there. And then, as I said, it's all mounted to a GTR simulation stand or rig or whatever you want to call it. Pretty nice unit. Essentially got a 50-inch TV mounted to it. It's an extra bracket in the back that I had to put here, an adapter bracket to run a bigger TV. But you know, if I can put a motor in a car, I can probably figure out how to put a bigger TV on. So got that done. So I've had it for a year. I've run a lot of iRaces. I think I have 120 races, which by orders of magnitude with some of these people that I'm running with isn't a lot. But is a lot, I feel like, to gain experience and knowledge around how to race others. That's pretty much it. Let's get into iRacing. So for those of you that don't know what it is, it's basically a full-fledged simulation of the race. You have tire wear, you have things like the track kind of grooving in terms of the rubber getting laid down. You have dynamic weather. So there's a lot going on in the simulator. When you're running wheel to wheel, you actually get a lot of sensation. I've driven on this for a couple hours and gone out to my car to go get food or something, and it's a pretty serious experience, making your mind switch gears from, oh, this isn't real, in terms of what you're thinking on your downshifts and whatever you're doing. So that's pretty much an overview. That's it. Let's hop in. First, we got a 30-minute or 45-minute open qualifying session where we got to be top 60 to get into the race. It's top 60 out of 90 something, definitely going to hit that. But then we have the actual race, which is a 60-person race on Circuit of the Americas out there in Austin, Texas. Like I said, this is all through NASA, thanks to Hawk and Toyo Tire for sponsoring. And we also have our sponsor on the car, one of our local buddies' companies, CustomMotorGear.com. Go check it out. But we're going to run a qualifying session and get to some action, and I'll chop it up a bit so you don't have to watch the full 30-minute session, but I'll update you when we get through with qualifying. All right, so this is the qualifying session. Here I was going out I'm not going to make you sit through the whole qualifying. I had a GoPro failure in terms of getting an update at the end of it. But essentially, out of the 3 qualifying sessions, in my session, I hit 3rd place in terms of qualifying, which was obviously good enough to get into the race. So we ran, I think, around like a 1:34.9 or something like that, or 2:34.9, and that's a pretty decent time. There were guys running 33s and 34s were about the fastest out there. So this was just to get into the race, but now let's fast forward a little bit to the race about to start. All right, guys, so we're Q5, and we're about to start the race, so here we go. Yeah, it's starting. It's ending stuff. All right, so let's take a lap around Circuit of the Americas here, just past the start-finish line. We're going to go up the hill, drafting the guy in front of me, downshift, and clip the apex and try to get to him, but he pulls out of the corner a little faster. At this point, we were going side by side with a car behind me. I don't know if you can see in my mirror. Battling pretty well here for, I think this was around 6th position, 5th, 6th, and 7th. So trying to get to the guy in front of me, and a big save right there. That was a lot of sideways. We're going to continue though. Good save. Going to roll through the next set of corners after the S's. Go up the hill to the right and try to clip this next apex. Really trying to roll the car and keep the guy who just noticed that I almost flipped my car off of my rear bumper. This is a long straightaway here, kind of 4th gear to 5th gear, and then a heavy hairpin left-hander, so you want to ride it way out right and then cut it way back in. So at this point, it's all about the draft. These Miatas don't have a lot of horsepower. You're going on a really long straightaway. I think at this point I was trying to get Brandon, who's the driver in front of me, to work together so I wouldn't lose his draft as he was trying to snake down the back straightaway here. But this is another hard braking zone after a long straightaway right here. We're going to give it a shot to try to get to him. Can't get to him, turning in, and you can see the car behind in the mirror is now starting to fill up the mirror. He kind of crosses me over here, gets a good move, and gets to my inside as I slide out to the left. So I'm trying to get him back. I know if I maintain the inside of this next corner, I can get him, but I just wasn't there, so I lifted a little bit and let him go by. This is the back section of the track. As you can see, still trying to run him down. Long right-hander double apex here, trying to clip the 2 inside corners. Followed by another long sweeping left-hander. Just trying to keep up with these guys. As you can see, this lap I made a lot of mistakes, and I'm really paying for them. Got a little sideways there, exiting that corner. And then here we go back to the start-finish line. Clip this apex, power out, hopefully not with that much oversteer. But that's a lap around Circuit of the Americas, and a lap with some battling lap traffic. So let's jump to the end of the race here. So, all right, guys, what a fun race. We ended up finishing 5th overall, or sorry, 7th overall, started 5th. Had a couple incidents there with some other cars. No big deal. Unfortunately, 2 positions off from getting some contingency prizes for Hawk brakes and Toyo tires. But better luck this next Tuesday. We have the pro race to run, so hopefully we can do better there. But shout out to Custom Motor Gear, NASA, everybody for putting on this event. So subscribe below, and thank you guys for watching.